Good day, guys. Like I promised on the previous video that we will be doing the difference of two squares video. Um, so now let's get to business. What is the difference when you are saying the difference of two squares? Basically, what do we mean? The difference, a difference in mathematics, the difference, a difference is the answer you get after subtraction is the answer you get after subtraction. So that's the difference. When I'm saying 3 minus 2 is equivalent to 1, 1 is the difference of 2. It's a difference of 3 and 2. So difference of two squares, it means that we'll be involving two terms. Here we'll be involving two terms. Two squares. Squares, we are talking about perfect squares. So what are the perfect squares that we are referring to? Perfect squares that we are referring to can be 1, 4, 9, 16, or those numbers, those numbers whereby when you plug them in the calculator and then you get and you put the square root, then you just get the value. Then you put the square root, then you get the value. So perfect squares are those numbers in which another number is multiplied by to get it. So we will be looking at those in terms of numbers, but in terms of variables, perfect squares in terms of numbers, we are having these 4, 20, 36, uh, 64, 100. You just check the number by doing what? How do you check if ever a number is a perfect square? You put it in the square root, and then if it gives you something like this, it means that number is not a perfect square. I hope we're clear on that. Nice. So in terms of variables, a perfect square in terms of a variable, it is a variable with a with an even number exponent with an even number exponent. So what I'm trying to say here is that for us to have to see if ever that variable is a perfect square or not, we are just going to check on its exponent. If the exponent of that variable is an even number, by saying even number, I'm referring to those numbers that you can divide by 2 and get no remainder. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Those are even numbers. So that's what we refer to when we are saying perfect squares. I hope I made it clear. So it means that we are going to be factorizing two terms, specifically two terms, specifically two terms whereby we have their perfect square. For an example, let's just take an example of 2 minus 9. So these are the requirements that you have to consider. First, you have to make sure that there is what? That there is a negative sign between them. You understand? The first thing that you have to check is that there is what? There is a minus. There is a minus. There is a minus sign. There is a minus sign between those terms. The second thing you have to do is that you have to ensure that they are what? They are two terms. And those two terms, they are what? Are perfect. They are perfect squares. Those two terms are perfect squares, right? So those are the three things that you have to be looking for when you have such things, right, guys? So let's get to how to factorize them. The way you factorize them, we are going to be following just simple steps. The first thing is that we are going to check if ever there are two terms, where one sign is negative and the other one is positive. That's the first thing we are going to be checking. The second thing, we are going to open two brackets, multiply each other. These are the two brackets, they multiply each other, hence there is this multiplication sign in between them, each other with different signs in them. So after you open the brackets, you put the plus and the minus sign. That's the second thing you have to do. The third thing, you have to find the square root of both terms and start writing the positive one. So we are going to be starting by writing the positive one here and then the negative one here. I hope we are clear on that, guys. So let's just try to work it out and see if ever it will be applicable on this one. Let's start with this one. The first thing they said, we must check if ever there is negative, we have negative sign, and there are two terms here. Since there are two terms, we are going to open our brackets and then we write the plus and the minus. So what is the square root of x squared? How are you going to get that? You're going to say x squared and then you divide the exponent by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. It means that it's going to be x, exponent 1. And then it's going to be x. That's the thing. You do what? After opening the brackets, you do what? You find the square of each term and start by writing the positive one. The positive one is x squared, and then the negative one is what? Is 9. What is the square root of 9? Guys, you know that the square root of 9 is going to be equals to 3. You write 3 here, you write 3 here, and then you are done. You are done with what? You are done with your factorizing by difference of two squares. So guys, let's check on some few more exercises if ever we can work it out. Right, so we have this problem now. We are given x exponent 4 minus x 81, right? So if we have such case, the first thing that we're gonna do is that we can see that there are two signs. The positive, there are two terms, negative and positive. This one is positive, this one is negative, minus 81, right? And then what are we going to do from there? We are going to open two brackets. We are going to open two brackets. We write plus, we write minus, the difference of two squares, right? And then we are going to look for the square root of let's just write it here. And we open the brackets, it's plus and minus. Now we are going to look for the square root of x exponent 4, the positive one first. X exponent 4, how do you get that? I told you guys that you're gonna say x exponent 4 divided by 2, right? And then you're gonna get x exponent 4 divided by 2. These are the exponent. 4 exponent, 2 exponent 2, x exponent 2. Now you're gonna write the answer here, x exponent 2, x exponent 2. Those are the positive. So you go for the 81. You say the square root of 81 is equivalent to, you get 9. You get 9, you write 9 here, and then you write 9 here. Now we are good to go. But the thing is, if they say factorize completely, so we can see that this one is not completely factorized because we still have the difference of two squares inside this bracket. Meaning that we are going to do what? We are going to do the very same procedure to this one. This one is not the difference of two squares. Why is this one not the difference of two squares? It is not separated by what? By a plus sign. Both terms are what? Are positive. What are the requirement? They say check if ever the two terms, there are two terms, one negative and one positive. And in this case, both terms are what? Are positive. But in these terms, one is negative and the other one is positive. And they are perfect squares. So we're gonna factorize this one. Let's go for it. We're gonna say, okay, we're gonna open the brackets, two brackets, and then we write plus and minus, like we did. And then we're gonna write, and then we're gonna find the perfect square of this one. X exponent 2 divided by 2 is gonna be x. We write x, we write x. 9, what is the square root of 9? It's gonna be 3, and then it's gonna be 3. Now we have factorized this one completely. Which I meant by that you must always check if ever we don't have perfect squares inside the brackets after you factorize for the first time. So let's go for the second one, letter B. For letter B, it says 36 minus this one. These are perfect square. We open the brackets, we write plus and minus, and then what is the square root? What is the square root of 36? It's going to be 6, and then we write 6 here, 6 here, because it's the positive one. We start by the positive one, and then we say since it's minus, and then what is the square root of x squared? We know that it's x and x. Then this one is factorized completely. Ne? Coming to this one, we can have numerous ways to do what? Two ways actually. But when we are factorizing it based on difference of two squares, we can just say, okay, what is the square root of 9 is plus and minus. What is the square root of 9 is 3x, 3x. And then of this one, it's going to be 3y, 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 3y. Then it's factorized. Guys, remember that even if you multiply these things out, you simplify this expression, you are going to get the very same expression that you're given from the question. So what I meant by numerous thing is, what I meant by it can have an alternative, this one, I meant because I can say 9x squared minus 9y squared. Remember from the previous video, we say we must always check if ever we have a common factor. Indeed, here we have a common factor. Our common factor is x, so we're going to have x squared minus y squared, like this. And then we start factorizing this one. These are the difference of two squares because of the minus sign in between them. We write plus, we write minus. So it's going to be x, x, y, y because of this. They are perfect squares. Remember, if you say x squared divided by 2, it's going to give you x. We write it. If you say y squared divided by 2, and then you're going to be y. That's why we wrote this one here. So that's how it works, guys. So the last problems that we will be solving here are these ones. So here we check. Do we have two terms here? Yes, we do. But are they perfect square? We are going to check that. 200 is not a perfect square. 2 is not a perfect square, right? So if 202 are not perfect squares, but there are two terms, what do? We always start by checking, we always start by doing, by taking out a common factor. Do we have a common factor in these two? Yes, we do. What is that common factor? Our common factor is 2. We take out 2 and then we say 200 divide by that common factor, divide by that common factor, and then we have minus 2x squared divide by that common factor. Now, what are we going to have? We are going to have 2 into 100 minus, this cancel this, x squared. Now, we have what we refer as what? As perfect squares in the brackets. Now we work with the brackets now. 200 is a perfect square. 100 is a perfect square. So we open two brackets now. And then we say, since we have minus here, it's going to be plus and minus, right? And then what is the square root of 100? And then it's going to be 10. What is the square root? We write 10, 10. You just write it here, and then you write it on the other hand. And then what is the square root of x squared? We know that it's x, x. And then this one, it is fully factorized. Now, let's watch at this one now. How do we factorize this one? We factorize this one by saying, okay, it's exponent 2 here. Sorry for that. It's exponent 2 here. So we have x minus y exponent 2. So how many terms do we have here? We have two terms. This term, since it's the whole bracket, so we have this term, and that one. So it means that we have just two terms in our expression. We have two terms in our expression. The other one is this one and the other one is this one. Why is this not 3 terms? Because this x minus y is just one term because of this exponent. I hope you get me there. Right. So now, what are we going to do? Follow the very same thing, the very same step. We open two brackets. We write plus, we write minus. Ne? We write plus and minus. We check the positive one. So what will be the what will be the square root of this one? It's gonna be 1 because it's a perfect square. It's gonna be x minus y and then x minus y. Remember, guys, this minus is not the same as this one. This minus are from this plus minus. So now we are going to have, okay, now we are looking for the square root of this one. Since we have y exponent 4, we're going to divide this one by 2, which results to y exponent 2. It's going to be plus y exponent 2, y exponent 2, right? Just following these steps, guys, you will never get lost. Every time, if you find that you have 2 terms, but always try by finding the common factor. Therefore, you will be good to go. That's how it works, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe on the channel so that we can keep making videos like this.